My wife stepped through the front door on Friday night, her presence announcing itself before she even spoke. Her body language was a tapestry of unspoken words, signaling that tonight was the moment I had been anticipating. Her eyes locked onto mine, and she moved with a determined stride that I couldn't help but admire. She was ready to tackle the conversation head-on, intending to assert her control with every word. Or so I thought. "Hi, dear. We need to talk." She halted mid-step, her carefully rehearsed opening line preempted by my own. I carried on, the balance of the impending discussion subtly shifting in my favor. "Dear, you know I love you, but I've come to the conclusion that I'm no longer in love with you." Her mouth opened and then shut again, like a fish gasping for air. Her eyes widened in disbelief, and her mind seemed to stutter, grappling with the reality that I was using her own words, her carefully laid plans. The weight of my confession settled between us, heavy and undeniable. "Frankly, dear," he said, avoiding eye contact and fidgeting with the silver wedding band on his finger, "you know our marriage has been rocky for a while. Neither of us are truly happy anymore." He paused, taking a deep breath. "And to be honest, I have met someone else," he continued, his voice barely above a whisper. "They are my soulmate, and I am leaving you for them." Her face flushed with anger as she slammed her fists on the oak dining table, rattling the dishes. "You son of a bitch," she spat, her voice trembling with fury. "How dare you, after all these years, to sit there and tell me you met someone else and are leaving me for them?" Her eyes narrowed, and a steely determination took over. "I will crush you in a divorce. I will take you for everything you've got," she declared, her words sharp as daggers. "When I am done with you, you'll be living in a cardboard box under the interstate." Her mind, once foggy with shock, now focused with a fierce clarity. She was on a roll, and there was no stopping her. I sat at the edge of the couch, my hands clenched together as her words sliced through the air with sharp precision. She stood in front of me, her eyes blazing with anger, questioning not only my worth as a man, but also taking jabs at the legitimacy of my parents' marriage at the time of my birth. Her voice rose and fell like a relentless tide, each insult crashing over me and leaving me feeling small. As she continued her tirade, my mind drifted back to the beginning, trying to piece together how we ended up in this mess. I met Jessie when I was in my late 20s, during my stint as a stock analyst at the investment firm where she worked. She was in publicity, and our paths first crossed in the bustling company cafeteria. I remembered the incident vividly, our accidental collision that sent her drink splattering across the floor. I apologized profusely, feeling the heat of embarrassment creeping up my neck, and quickly offered to replace her spilled beverage. That simple gesture sparked a conversation, which evolved into dates and eventually led to our wedding day. That was a decade ago. Now, Jessie had ascended to the role of Vice President of Marketing, a testament to her ambition and drive, while I remained a stock analyst, content in my position. No, I wasn't the director, nor did I aspire to be. I was simply one among many analysts in the firm. Over the years, I had received pay raises and recognition for doing a good job, but the corporate ladder held no allure for me. I suspected this was a significant wedge in our relationship. Jessie believed I should yearn for promotions, to be among the decision-makers, to play in the big leagues. But I didn't share that vision. I cherished my job for the satisfaction it brought and the freedom it afforded me. The shift to remote work after COVID suited me perfectly. The thought of working in my boxers while Jessie had to don her impeccable business attire every day underscored the stark differences in our professional lives. About a month ago, I started noticing subtle changes in her behavior. She became more distant, her laughter less frequent, and her phone never left her side. Concerned, I asked her if something was wrong, but she slipped into a politician's routine, her voice steady and unwavering as she denied any issues. Despite her reassurances, my unease lingered. so I decided to pay closer attention to the details. Following the advice often found in online forums, I discreetly placed voice-activated recorders in our home, cloned her phone to track messages and calls, and installed a key logger on her laptop to monitor her online activity. The truth unraveled faster than I anticipated. She was indeed cheating on me, and in a twist that could have been pulled from a soap opera script, it turned out to be with her boss. At first, I was shattered, like someone had taken a sledgehammer to my world. I truly believed our life was the epitome of happiness. Then I stumbled upon her hushed conversations, where she expressed how insignificant she felt I was. She described me as lacking ambition, having no drive to advance, no burning desire for wealth. Her words echoed in my mind as I sat on the worn leather couch, staring blankly at the muted television. I contemplated her feelings and slowly came to the uncomfortable realization that, in many ways, she was right. I had no burning ambition. Why should I chase the elusive dream of climbing the corporate ladder when it wouldn't bring me true happiness? I had always cherished my relationship and family far more than the pursuit of money or status. With this newfound clarity, I decided it was time to carve out my own path, one that aligned with my values. I'll confess, I drew inspiration from her strategies when crafting my own plans. My job often required me to travel to our other offices to review various research findings for their advantage. During one such trip to our London office, I decided to take an unexpected detour before heading back. I found myself in a small, discreet Swiss bank, where I meticulously filled out the necessary paperwork to open a new account. With the Swiss account established, I proceeded to set up an online brokerage account linked to it, carefully entering all the required information. Once everything was in place and functioning smoothly, I made my way home, feeling a sense of accomplishment. Now, if I found information on a company through research, that was not insider trading. If I got the information from someone in the company, that was. I did what I was paid to do. I researched. When I found something, I would turn it over to my bosses like a good boy. But I also made sure I got a piece of the pie. I also paid attention to what my company was trying to push to its customers. When I found one that was basically hidden crap, I shorted it. The company, of course, lost money. I didn't. The fact my account was overseas and a numbered account kept the company from finding out. The fact I never shared the fact the company was making a mistake might have been wrong of me, but they hated it when their opinions were proven wrong. Especially my wife's boss, so never told them. Each time they made their picks, I researched. If it was crap, I undermined them. I was out to make money and to end up causing some of the players, i.e. my wife's boss, to fall. I had already built a rather nice nest egg up, and all I was doing was waiting on her to finally give me her speech. Why did I wait? Well, I wanted her to file. Call it petty or childish, but I wanted her to pay for the divorce and admit we had failed, that she had failed. When she finally showed up, well, I was out to anger her off. I think I succeeded. "So what do you have to say for yourself now, you jerk?" she asked. "Hasta la vista? Or I know, don't go away mad, but go away? I mean, isn't this what you want? You want to trade up and I am just a loser who has no ambition? You are right. I have no desire to climb that corporate ladder. I have no desire to be part of the movers and shakers in the company. I don't care if my car is a Porsche or a Ferrari. I am happy being who I am. So, when are you filing?" "Filing?" she questioned. "Yes, filing. For divorce. Damn, I thought you were supposed to be smart. Guess I was wrong. Let me try this another way. You cheat, I cheat. No marriage. Divorce." Damn, she got mad at that. She started hitting me, totally forgetting the security system that was recording her beating her spouse. I causally hit the panic button so as to not let her notice. Now let me see. Less than a minute for the alarm company to notify the police. Response time in this neighborhood was 5 to 10 minutes. So I egged her on with little comments. Her anger grew, and she started using whatever she could get her hands on to hit me with. Oh, I was going to pay for this. I used my arms and hand to protect my face. I curled into a ball to protect other parts of my body. But there was no way I would come out of this unharmed. I had already felt some severe pain in my ribs. My nose and mouth were already bloody. The sharp sting of her high heels striking against my skin reverberated through the room as I lay helpless on the floor. Suddenly, a loud knock echoed from the door, interrupting her assault. She strutted over, her heels clicking against the hardwood, and without a second thought, flung the door open, oblivious to the fact that I was fully visible to whoever stood outside. 2 police officers peered in, their eyes widening as they took in the scene. In an instant, they unleashed their weapons, aiming directly at her. Still, she refused to listen, a defiant streak that always got her into trouble. "Drop the bloody shoe," they commanded, their voices firm and unyielding. But her grip on the crimson-stained heel remained stubbornly tight. A surge of electricity crackled through the air as they tased her body convulsing before crumpling to the ground. As they secured the handcuffs around her wrists, my vision blurred and darkness engulfed me as I slipped into unconsciousness. The ambulance's sirens wailed as I was whisked to the hospital, my body aching with every bump in the road. In the bright, sterile emergency room, doctors diligently tended to my bruises and cuts. Meanwhile, she faced the consequences of her actions. The police had charged her with assault and battery. The security footage was clear. My hands never struck her. With evidence on my side, I filed for divorce. Despite her attempts to contest it, the odds were against her. It's difficult to mount a legal battle from behind bars. The gavel fell, and she was found guilty, stripped of everything as the divorce was finalized. As I lay awake at night, I couldn't shake the nagging question: had we ever truly communicated enough? And so, we've reached the end of today's story. Was it what you expected, or did it take a twist you didn't see coming? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments below, and let's get a conversation going. If this story kept you hooked, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new here or just haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to join our community. I bring you fresh, captivating stories every day, so click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.